Hi, welcome to Java Eclipse tutorial of how to use various arithmetic operators. Okay, let's enter a value in there and select any of these options. Click on total. Supposing we change the amount to subtract, division, multiplication, modulus there, and we can also reset. Give that a try again. There, we can exit out of the system, click on no or click on yes. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Eclipse, and we'll put one of these tutorials together again. So let's do that now. Hi and welcome to Eclipse tutorial. In this session I'm going to develop what I refer to as MDAS, multiplication, division, arithmetic operator, and subtraction. So I'm going to start by going to File, New, Java Project. Let's give our project a name. Let's just call it Eclipse underscore MDAS. Let's copy that and might as well call it operator. Yeah, that's fine. Click on finish. Alright, so the next thing is right click on it and let's select new project, and scroll right down. Let's select order, and right in there we want to select window builder. Drop the window builder down and select swing builder, or swing designer is called, and then we'll select application window. Click on next, and here let's give the object a name. So that's going to be Eclipse underscore MDAS. That's the name of the package, and the whole package, the Java file, is called MDAS, and click on finish there. And here I have my form ready. That's it right there. But let's go back into the source code. Right in here I'm going to change the following coordinate to 10 by 10, and here I'm going to change this one to maybe 600, and here let's change this to 500. That will be the size of the form, or the frame itself. That's it, guys. I think that looks a little bit too small. Maybe let's increase this to about 6, and this make this 800. That's fine. Back in there. Now the next thing I would like to do is to add the following component. Let's scroll right down, but before then let's select this form, and we need to change the layout. I'm going to change that to absolute layout. Now be careful, you must change your layout of your frame to absolute layer, maybe grid layer or any other type of layer, but I've changed mine to absolute layer. In there, if you look at it, there are different types of layer you can select, but I've selected this one. This one is ideal for what I intend to do. Okay, let's go to the palette here, and we need to select radio button. I'm going to need 4 of those, so I'm just going to copy that. I actually need maybe 5 of those. Copy and paste those here, there, and each of these, let's give them a name. So I'm going to call that RB add, and then the next one will be known as, okay, let's give this a text value in there. That should be addition, and this next one is going to be subtraction. So let's call that RB sub there. So let's speed up the rest. Alright, this is how my interface looks right now, but this object, if I run it, I can select all of them together, which is that's not what I actually want. So what I'm going to do is right click on each individual. You can do that here. Right click on it and let's select set button group. But you won't be able to see it. Let's do that here. Right click up here and let's come down here. You see where it says set button group? So I'm going to set the group to new standard there. Now if I repeat the same thing for the next one, it's going to give me group button. Okay, I now have a group button, so that's a group. So this belongs to group button and this belongs to group button. Let's repeat the same thing for the next one, which is division. Group button selected, modulus, group button or button group selected, and multiplication, let's come into button group selected. So they all belong to the same group now. So when I run it, this is what's going to happen. I cannot select both together anymore. You see that, guys? Okay, because they all belong to the same group now. The next thing we would like to do is, let me get all of these. I'm going to need some text box there, really. Maybe move these over here, I don't know. Okay, let's move this. Move everything here. And I'm going to need some text box right here. So label 1. In label 1, I'm going to enter as follows. Enter first number. Enter first number. Okay, so let's change that to 30 as well. Right. So we have our first number there. So we might as well copy and paste for second number. Enter second number. Right. And finally, the third one. Let that be my answer. Okay. Now I'm going to enter some text. Yeah, text field. J text field is called. Yeah. Click on it and just dump it there. 1. And we need another one. 2. And finally, we need one more. There we go. And here, let's divide this up. Let's get a separator. That's a separator there. And this very separator, I'm just gonna drag it along. Okay, and change the orientation to vertical. That's it right there. You can see that. Okay, maybe one more separator here. We'll drag it there. Okay, and finally underneath here, this separator, let's copy it, paste it down here, and we then need some buttons. First button, so let's call that sum up or calculate. Right. Second button, I'm going to call that reset. There. And one thing I forgot to make mention of is once the button, we must give the button's name anyway. So this become that's the name I'm going to be choosing for that. And this one, let's change this one to reset. Okay, and the last button, let's just use an exit right there. I want to call that exit. Come right down here, just type in exit. Right. Okay, and that's that. So this following text box, that's going to be txt first. The second one is txt, is going to be txt second number, second. That's fine. And finally it is going to be txt answer. Right, that's it, all done. So let's write, before that, let's increase the size of this or change the font maybe to 40 something. Let's come down here, undo that, we do it individually and make that 60 bold. The same thing to this, 60 bold, and finally 60 bold as well. Alright, let's extend it out so that we can see the text content. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this a little bit. There, and let's reduce this. All right, if I run it, this is how the system should look like. Okay, that's all right. We can make do with that. Okay, that's fine. So we just need to change the height of this, and that's all there is to it. Okay, the next thing we want to do now is to double click on the exit button and enter as follows, so that those are the lines of code for exit. Alright, have a good look at it. Now let's come to reset. Double click on reset, and right here, come there and just enter RB odd. Lowercase and double. Okay, dot set select, so that will be false. Okay, now I'm going to copy that. I'll use that for the rest. And the other one is RB sub there. Then the next one is RB. I can have a mode for modulus. That should be RB. Then I also have RB division, and I have RB mode there. Okay, let's check out this RB mode. Let's come in there and see. Let's check out the name. Oh, it's modulus. Alright then, RB modulus. Okay, let's come back in here. And this one is first number and second number. Alright, RB modulus. Or maybe just change that name, modulus. I think that's too long. Delete all of that and come back right inside the code and just, yeah, that's fine. Then we now have txt first dot text. Let's make that no clear there. Copy that. Then we have txt second. Then we have txt answer. Okay, so hopefully that should do it. Answer, do we have txt answer? Let's see, what's the name of that? No, there's no name. Paste that in there, that's the name. So that's sorted. Okay, now we need to start work with this now. So double click on the plus sign and we're going to enter as follows. So let's double as a first equals double dot pass double, that will be txt first dot get whatever we get in there. That's for the very first one, that goes in there. The second one, let's declare another variable called second, and that's for the second number. Right, now I'm going to declare one more. That'll be the answer anyway. We just call that answer and correct this. Okay, so that's everything. So the next thing I want to do now is to use an if statement to decide which of the option was selected. Okay, if all of these options right there are now selected, so I want this message to pop up. Okay, here we might as well let's use try cache there and underneath here. Right, okay, let's come down in here, right here. Okay, here let's say if this very one is selected, if it's selected and we want answer equals first number plus second number. Now need a string value, string total equals, we need to convert the string dot format and that will be where, and we want that to be answer. Okay, there. Then all of the content in there, we'll store that into txt answer dot set text, and the text we're talking of would be whatever we have inside total. Alright, let's see, answer, txt answer. I guess that's the name. Yeah, it's in uppercase, okay. Uppercase. Right. So I'm going to copy that for the next one. Paste. In this case, this will be for, that will be minus or subtraction. Okay, and this will be sub. Next one, paste, that is maybe division, and this is division, followed by multiplication. Multiplication, and followed by mode pound sign. Yeah, that's correct. Right, that is it all done, apart from this error here. I'm just gonna call that E1. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Come in here, have a good look at the lines of codes. From here, so try cache. If none of this is selected, then we end up with this. If there's any other error, then it will end up with this. Okay, just numbers. Okay, now let's run it and see. I will enter as follows and deliberately will not select anything there, and we'll get this message. Select an option now. Alright, addition. Where is the answer? Addition was selected. Subtraction. Okay. Reset. Exit. Okay. Alright. Okay, here is that's my error there. Undo that. This should be OF. Okay, that's OF. That should be the same thing. I'm gonna copy that and paste that in here. Yeah, that was the error. Alright. Okay, now let's try it again. Let's cut this into 2. Okay, so now you guys can see it. Alright then, let's run it. Enter whatever in there and select this. Yeah, that's correct. Let's subtract, division, multiplication, modulus. That is correct, and that is how you create your own MDAS using various operators in Eclipse. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe. Bye for now.